Maximizers, welcome to my live. If this is your first time watching me, I want to welcome you to my live. My name's Crystal, aka Kristen Maximizer, and I am a business coach. And I help women create profitable businesses that they love. I'm a business coach for millennial women who are sick and tired of being sick and tired, and they are ready to start and grow a business that they love. They're ready to make money on their own terms. They're ready to put all the pieces together of their business idea and grow their business doing something that they love using social media. I've been in business since 2018. I started off teaching women how to coupon, how to budget. I've made almost $400,000 in my business since 2019. So that's like what, 4 years, 5 years? I've made almost $400,000. I'm a full time coach and I absolutely love this. I love my job. I love helping women with their business. I love helping women with their money. It brings me so much joy. And in tonight's live, I really want to talk to you about staying consistent in your business. I would love to know where you are watching from. Let me know in the comments what city, what state, what country you're watching from, and if you have a business. Put some money signs in the chat if you have a business, and I would love to know what your business is. And tonight, I just wanted to talk and rant a little bit about being consistent in your business because consistency, I know you're probably sick and tired of hearing that word. Everyone says you need to be consistent this, consistent that, consistent, consistent, consistent. You're sick and tired of hearing people say it, right? Like, consistency really is key. They're not just saying it because it sounds good. They're saying it because it is true in pretty much every aspect of life. So tonight, I'm going to share with you some tips for staying consistent in your business. We have Lord Sasha is in Los Angeles. Hey from Cali, no business yet. Are you interested in starting a business? Are you interested in starting a business? Let me know if you are interested in starting a business. Hold on, let me see one thing. Yes. Are you interested in starting out? Are you interested in starting a business? I would love to know if you're interested in starting a business. Hi, McCole from Houston, Texas. What is your business? I would love to know what your business is. Let me know what your business is. I would love to hear more about what your business is. So tonight we're going to talk about consistency. So I'm gonna dig into these tips. I'm gonna rant and rave a little bit. At any point, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I do respond to every comment. I listen to everyone. I answer all the questions. So let me know down in the comments what questions you have about anything that I'm speaking about. Okay. So, my first tip for you, right? If you are someone who has a business, you're in the early stages of starting your business, my first tip for you is you get to decide what consistency looks like for you. You get to decide. Because if you already have a 9 to 5, you have a spouse, you have kids, you have a lot going on, somebody else's consistency who's full time in their business is going to look a little bit different than your consistency. So I really need you to really sit down and decide like, okay, what are the most important things for me to do in my business? What are the needle mover things that I need to be doing in my business? And how can I be consistent with those things? So, what does consistency mean and look like for you? So, if you're saying, oh, I need to be consistently with posting, you could be posting anything under the sun. What are you posting? What type of content are you posting? What is the goal of that post? Every post is not to sell. There's connection content and there's sales content. What are you posting? And honestly, why are you posting? Because if you're posting for the sake of posting, that's not going to do you any good as a business owner. You really want to define what you're being consistent at. So if we talk about social media, my consistency for social media, the goal for me to on social media is to connect with my audience, to build the know, like, and trust factor so that you know me, like me, and trust me enough to buy something from me if it's the solution to your problem. So for me, my consistency looks like posting 3 times a week on my YouTube channel, Build a Business with Chris. If you want business tips, if you want business techniques on how to grow your business, start your business, all things business, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Build a Business with Chris. Hey, Andrea from Birmingham. I'm so excited to have you. If you just popped in, let me know where you're watching from and let me know if you have a business. Drop some money signs in the chat if you have a business and let us know what your business is. I am live on all of my platforms. So if you see me going back and forth, that's the reason why. You resell couponing items. You've been watching me for years. Awesome. How is that going for you? Are you getting the results that you desire? Are you making the amount of money that you desire? So my consistency is 3 times a week to post on my YouTube channel, Build a Business with Chris. And then also my other consistency is to go live 4 times a week. I don't choose specific days because with my travel schedule, I can't always go live on Saturdays. I can't always go live on Wednesdays. But my goal is 4 times per week. And then I do not stress myself out about posting reels or TikToks. For Instagram, I repost my live replays. So that gives me content. And then for TikTok, my goal is to try to do at least like 3 videos a week, but it is low on my totem pole. It's not my main consistency. My main consistency is post 3 times a week on YouTube and go live. Does that make sense? So that is what my consistency looks like. The next thing that I need to be consistent with is following up and checking in with my clients. I have group coaching clients. We meet 5 times a month in my group program. I have one-on-one clients. I have to make sure that every week I'm reaching out and touching them and reaching out to make sure that I'm accessible to them and sending emails, reminder emails, making sure that everything that my clients, the people that pay me, need is done. So I have to be consistent with my clients. I also have to be consistent with like my systems and my admin work. There's just some things in business that you just have to do. So I have to consistently like check my email. I do a sales report for myself every month because I get money. Thank you so much for those likes. I get money. My income comes in from multiple different places. So I have an Excel, a Google sheet where I put in where I made money. So I can see for the month, how much did I make? 5,000, 10,000, 15, 20. How much money did I make this month? And I need to do that every single month. It's something that I need to be consistent with. But do you see how I decided what my level of consistency is? I'm not going to get on here and say, you need to post 3 times a day on TikTok. That is not physically possible for some people. It's not. But what I want you to know is that you decide your level of consistency. And if that means that you can only post 4 TikToks a week, then you only post 4 TikToks a week. But baby, make sure you post 4 TikToks every single week. Okay. Another thing that I'm consistently doing is that my bare minimum working hours for the day is 4 hours. 4 hours a day, and my business is running. So that's my bare minimum for consistency. Can I work a lot more? Yes, but my goal is to not work less. And I work 4 hours a day, about 5 days a week, sometimes 6, because it's only 4 hours. And I love this so much. It doesn't feel like work for me. It does not feel like work to me. So I'm happy and excited and joyful doing it. If that makes sense, I can take my laptop anywhere and work. So my hours are a little bit unorthodox. And then there's also times where, like yesterday, I went to Fort Lauderdale to see my sister. My sister's a flight attendant. She flew into Fort Lauderdale on Tuesday night. So I worked, I did stuff until like 3, 4 o'clock. And then I got in my car and I got gas and I drove to Fort Lauderdale. Spent the whole night with my sister. She didn't have to go back to the airport till 6 o'clock. So I literally stayed with her until like 5:45. I got gas again and I went home. I didn't really do any work. Me and her took pictures, but I didn't do any work on Wednesday because I decided to take that time off to go and see my sister. But my consistency is to work 4 hours a day. So I had that flexibility to move around. Does that make sense? You decide what your consistency is. You decide it. Now, if you want to grow in certain things, you're going to hear people give you suggested outlines for what you should be doing when it comes to posting specifically. But again, you have to decide what consistency looks like for you. You have to decide what consistency looks like for you. So that's my first tip for you for being consistent in business. Decide what your consistency is going to look like in each area of your business. Okay, let me check my comments. Hi, thank everybody for joining. Is this live? Yes, this is a live. This is a live. This is a live. So if you're just joining, my name's Crystal and I'm a business coach. I help women create profitable businesses that they love. I help millennial women who have a 9 to 5, who are sick and tired and sick of being sick and tired, and they're ready to grow their business doing something that they love. Like I started teaching women how to coupon, and I love that so much. And that evolved into me teaching women how to start side hustles and businesses. And I fell even deeper in love with that. So it doesn't feel like this is technically work for me. This counts towards my 4 hours, but this doesn't feel like work to me because I love it. I love engaging with my audience. I love helping people get that light bulb moment. So my first tip for you is to decide what consistency looks like for you. My second tip for you is to decide how you are going to track it. Decide how you are going to keep yourself accountable to what you decided your consistency is going to be. So for me, I track my YouTube posts by literally looking at my YouTube posts. When it comes to scheduling out my content, like my YouTube videos, these lives, I literally use a project management tool called Airtable. And I have a board in Airtable that says YouTube videos. I plan out my videos. I record all my videos at once. Then I edit my videos. Like before this, I edited 3 videos. So now I'm ready to schedule those 3 videos out for the next 3 times that I post, right? So that's how I track my consistency. My working hours, I use something called Toggle, Toggl. It's a free app on my phone and it's also a web browser. And whenever I'm starting work, I type in social media live and I press play. Once I'm done the live, I press stop. So I can look at my calendar and easily see, did I work my 4 hours today? And if I did, what did I do in my 4 hours? Am I being consistent in doing what I needed to do? I edited videos, I recorded content, I planned out content, I went live, I did admin work. I did my January, and honestly, I slacked. I did my December and my January sales report because I did not do December. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. So today I did January and December's sales report to see where all my income came from. Like obviously I already got the money, but I needed to see where that money was coming in from. Okay. So decide how you are going to track it. You can use Google Calendar, it's free. You can use Google Sheets, it's free. I also have a paper planner that I absolutely love. That loyal woman, I'm coming. That women loyal, I'm gonna come to you in a second. Okay. I see your comment. I have a daily planner and I still like to write stuff down. So for my daily tasks, I keep track of them by writing them in my planner. So every day I write. I did not work yesterday, so I did not do anything. I made a note for myself to print out work for my daughter, but I didn't do any work yesterday, so there's nothing on yesterday. But for today, I did work. I did a lot more things than I wrote down, but this is like, okay, bare minimum, you need to do this. Work on my website, prep for my birthday sale. My birthday is February 15th, and I'm having an epic sale. Do my email inbox and go live. I did my email inbox. I went live. I did prep for the birthday sale. And then I just need to work on my website, which I'm going to do while I sit on the couch and watch a show because this doesn't work for me. Right. So how are you going to track your consistency? How are you going to make sure that what you said you are going to do, you do? Okay. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments about choosing what consistency looks like for you and how you will track it. That woman loyal says, I just need to find my niche. I have several that I want to dig into, and that's what holding me back. Okay. So I think my suggestion for you is get out a piece of paper. And you really have to write, what do you love and what do you enjoy? And what do you envision yourself doing first? We cannot start 6 businesses at once. You are going to overwhelm yourself and you're not going to be able to focus on any of them. So you really got to sit and focus, and based on what you like, which one do you want to start with? If you want help with that, I do offer help with figuring out what business idea you want to start with. I have a full 8-week process where I can literally walk you through the process of your business idea, your first offer, like what you want to sell, pricing your first offer, and choosing your social media platform. So, like, if you want help with that, just send me a DM. I'm ready to start a business, and we can definitely chat about that program and getting you the support that you need to figure it out. I have a step-by-step process that walks you through the process to help you narrow it down, pros and cons, questions to ask yourself. But if you feel stuck, I always say a good old-fashioned brain dump, and then really ask yourself, what really lights me up and what do I enjoy? And then at a certain point, if there's like 3 things, it's like, okay, which is the next best one for me to start with? Which is, quote unquote, business is not easy, but what is the easier one to start with? Like, for example, if you wanted to start a bakery and you also wanted to be a HR consultant, it may be a little bit easier to be a consultant because it doesn't require a lot of startup funds. You don't have to bake cakes and all of that jazz, if that makes sense. Whereas you can be the HR consultant, and then as you're growing that business on the back end, you could be perfecting your bakery recipes. You could start to do some little cakes on the side for your friends and family for free to test the waters to see if running a full-fledged bakery is even what you really want to do. So just narrowing down like what you like, what you're good at, and what is going to be the next. And when I say easy, starting a business is hard. I don't want y'all to get on here and say, Krista Maximizer said a business is easy. No, what I'm saying is some things are easier to start than others. If you want a food truck, having a truck, that's going to take you thousands. But you could start meal prepping for people. You could start making plates for people to get your name out there. And then that money that you make from that, you can use that to finance your food truck. It's easier to start that way because it blows my mind when people are like, I want a whole food truck or I want a whole bakery, but they're not even baking or making the food. What if you start baking and you hate it? I'm not saying that you will, but there's a difference in baking for fun and like baking for business, right? So she said, talk on it. There's a place to start. Absolutely. And you've got to figure out what's the next best step for you. Okay. And we have to start with what we have. Okay. I'm the queen of start with what you have. I am the queen of start with what you have. Hey, Anne. I love it that you're here, Anne. I haven't seen you in a while. Would love to help you get started with something. Yes, start with what you have. What is the next best step? That is literally what I did. When I started my business, it started as a YouTube channel. I did not know anything about YouTube. I did not have a camera, lighting, or a microphone. You know what I did? I started with my iPhone 6. My videos were terrible, but every week I learned something and I got better. Once I started making money, I was able to buy myself a new phone. I was able to buy myself a new laptop, but I didn't start with all this stuff. Like the most I spent on that YouTube channel before I made money was like $50 or $60. And that was to buy a stabilizer and a microphone so that people could hear me because I was recording in store, literally. So you have to find the next best step for you, the easiest entry into what you want. Okay. So to recap our tips to stay consistent, and let's move to the next one. Number one, you have to define what consistency looks like for you. And number two, you have to decide how you are going to track it. Decide how you're going to decide how you're going to track your consistency. Okay. Number three. Now, this applies to you no matter what stage of business you're in. All of these tips do because you gotta consistently show up for yourself, even when you're in the early stages and you're still figuring out what to do. You have to show up for yourself. Number three, allocate the time on your calendar. And I want you to feel this. If you have a 9 to 5 and you have something that pays your bills, amazing. You have to decide that your business is a priority and it's important. And honestly, you got to decide that your business is more important than your job. Your job is just your job. DL Sharon always says, let your job be a job. Don't do nothing extra. Don't go above and beyond. Do your job as it is written in that job description. When I started my YouTube channel and I started making money from it. So I started my YouTube channel in August 2018. And this is my couponing YouTube channel. I started in August 2018. I got my first YouTube paycheck in January. Once I saw that these people were going to pay me to talk on the internet about something that I like to do, I was like, yeah, I'm taking this serious. What did that look like for me? I allocated the time. Number one, I was already doing a bare minimum of 1 hour per day. You want to put this time on your calendar as if it is non-negotiable, as if it's a meeting with your boss, as if it's church every Sunday with your family, as if it's brunch with your good girlfriends, something that you cannot miss. You give your job 8 to 10 hours a day. You give your family time. If you have kids, if you have spouse, you deserve an hour a day for your business. Okay. So put an hour a day on your calendar. I stopped eating lunch with my coworkers. I said I would eat lunch with y'all 1 day a week. They chose Friday. Monday through Thursday, I was in my car. I was in a huddle room. I would go to a coffee shop. I literally had 4 hours a week during my job. I was eating and editing. I was eating and deciding my next videos. I was eating and responding to comments. I was eating and visualizing what my business would look like in 5 years. Now, it looks completely different than I thought it would look, but I was visualizing. Okay. That's 4 hours a week that I got. off the rip. I don't want to do anything extra. I don't want to do happy hour. Don't ask me to be on another committee. I want to do my job and let it be a job. And that's it. So you have to put the time for your business on your calendar and make it non-negotiable. I said 4 hours a day. Every day I choose my 4 hours. Usually for the week I can choose my hours because I know what I'm doing. But every day I reassess. Like today, I think I've already worked like 7 or 8 hours today. My bare minimum is 4. I did my 4 hours. I took a break. I did some more hours. I took a break. And then I was like, oh, I need to go live. This is another hour. Go into it. And on Monday, I want to say I worked like 8 hours because I had a lot of stuff I needed to do. I knew I wasn't going to be working on Wednesday. I'm also not, I usually work sometime on Saturdays. I'm not working on Saturday. I'm only working a little bit on Sunday. So put the time on your calendar. If you have a 9 to 5, put the time on your calendar. When I had my 9 to 5, when my daughter went to sleep, I usually worked 2 to 3 hours a night. I usually went to bed around 12 and I got up like 6:30, quarter to 7. Okay. I put the time on my calendar and I prioritized my business. So if you really want to be consistent, if you really want to see the sales, you have to make the time for your business, put it on your calendar and make it non-negotiable. You have to. And yes, you have to be disciplined. I'm gonna come to your comment again. That woman loyal on Instagram. I'm coming back to you. You have to be disciplined with yourself because there's no one over your shoulder telling you what to do. At that point, when I was side hustling, I did not have a business coach. I did not have business friends. I did not have anybody else who was going through the same thing as me. I was literally doing it alone. And what motivated me was the opportunity to do it full time. Like the possibility that I did not have to work that 9 to 5 anymore if I stayed consistent in this business propelled me. And also I was doing something that I really enjoyed, so that also made me keep going. But you have to be that disciplined with yourself. You literally have to do that. And if you feel like you need accountability, that's when hiring a coach, a mentor, get an accountability partner. But even still, a coach or a mentor, you're investing money and time. So you're going to show up as such. Versus if your friend is just saying, hey, did you work on your business today? You might not be as accountable to that person versus if you are paying for my coaching program and you know every month you paying $200, you're going to do what you said you were going to do because you want to get your money's worth. Give me some likes if that makes sense. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying. So put that time on your calendar, make it non-negotiable. And if you need help staying accountable, get a coach. If I'm not your girl, go find a coach that works for you. If I am your girl, send me a DM on TikTok and Instagram. I'm ready to grow my business. I'm ready to start my business. I need help with my business. And we can chat about what it would look like to grow your business. Like literally. I'm having an epic birthday sale this month. Details will come out next week. But if you're like, I don't want to wait, I want to start now, send me a message and we can chat about how we can work together. You can get this epic sale. I will not be offering my coaching for this price ever again. So February is the month for you to sign up. This is going to be the lowest coaching prices I offer for the whole year, like better than Black Friday. So if you need the help, I'm here. But the point I'm trying to make is you have to make it non-negotiable and put it on your calendar. Put it on your calendar. Do you think the t-shirt is a good idea and is oversaturated? So let's talk about this. Anne says, I don't know why I keep coming back to you and I'm probably still not ready, but there's something about my YouTube friend. Yes. I think you are ready. You're just scared. You're scared to do the work. Like you're scared to do the work. Like you have to do the work. That's the barrier you need to overcome. Okay, so do I think the t-shirt business is oversaturated? Do I think t-shirts are a good job? When it comes a good business, when it comes to you deciding your business, it doesn't matter what me or anyone else thinks is a good idea. If you think it's a good idea, then it's a good idea. You be confident, and as the kids say, you stand on business that t-shirts are a good idea, so it's a good idea. You can make money doing anything. I can help you make money doing pretty much anything, okay? What I will say to you is the best businesses solve a problem or offer convenience. So when you are creating t-shirts, apparel, you've got to ask yourself, what makes me different than the t-shirts at Dollar Tree? What makes me different than the t-shirts at Walmart? What makes me different than the t-shirts at Macy's? What makes me different than the other 1,000 t-shirt companies that are selling t-shirts? Why would someone spend $50 and buy one of my t-shirts? What does my t-shirts give them? Does this make sense? If your business doesn't solve a problem, no one's going to buy it. Me selling you a t-shirt with the Krista Maximizer logo on it does nothing for you. Now, if you enjoy my content, if you are a fan of me, a client of mine, a subscriber, a follower, you may buy a Krista Maximizer t-shirt. But I am not going to sell a lot of Krista Maximizer t-shirts. I am not going to go viral and sell a lot of t-shirts. Why? Because the Krista Maximizer logo doesn't do anything for anyone. Does this make sense? It doesn't do anything. If I decided to sell t-shirts with sayings about Black women in business, like I have a t-shirt that says like a Black woman running a Black business, I love that shirt. It gives me confidence and it lets everyone know I'm a Black woman running a Black business. I'm confident in my business. I have a Black and bougie shirt. Yes, I'm Black and I'm bougie. I'm Black and I'm bougie ghetto, right? I'm a little bougie and a little ghetto, mix them up and make it together. Those shirts make me feel confident. They make me feel comfortable in my skin. They make me feel empowered. So other Black women want to buy those shirts. Other people want to buy those shirts for Black women. Does this make sense? My coach, a white woman, bought me one of these Black shirts because she was like, I saw this shirt design. You need this shirt. Like, this shirt is you. Does this make sense? So if you are creating t-shirts, it's a good idea. But what problem is your t-shirts solving? How does it set you apart and make you stand out from the t-shirt that I could buy at Walmart, the t-shirt that I could buy on Amazon? Why are your t-shirts different? Let me know if that makes sense. Okay? What is your secret sauce? What is your secret sauce? And again, t-shirts may seem easy, but I really want you to ask yourself, like, is this a problem that I want to solve? Am I so passionate about t-shirts that I'm going to put in the blood, sweat, and tears around shipping, packaging, finding a vendor? If you're making these t-shirts or someone else is making it for you, you really want to be crystal clear on like, this is the problem that I'm solving and this is why I want it, right? If not, scratch that idea and pick a different one. Pick another way to solve the problem that you want to solve. I'm going to give y'all another example of solving a problem. So when I started my business, I wanted to help women save money. And I wanted to teach them how to coupon, how to budget, how to meal plan without spending an exorbitant amount of money. So I could have sold a coupon binder. I could have sold a coupon bag. I could have sold coupon breakdowns. I could have sold a budget binder, like something physical that you buy and you fill in your numbers. But to me, that does not help you save money. That's just a tool. Women need the process. People need the process. They need to know how to manage their money. They need to know how to create the meal plan. Anyone can fill out a box, but I wanted my clients to be able to take a piece of paper, a blank piece of paper, and make a budget. I wanted my clients to be able to look at a CVS ad and create a breakdown. So I didn't solve my problem with a physical product. I solved my problem with classes, with coaching, with a course, with live trainings. Okay. So I'm solving the same problem, but I decided to do it with a process of teaching so that they had access to ask me questions because there was so much content out here on how to save money, but no one was actually answering the questions and teaching the process. It was just do this, do this, do this. Does that make sense? So really ask yourself, is this a problem that you want to solve and how can you solve it? Yes, creating is what I love to do and it keeps coming back to me. Okay, creating. You can create a lot of things. Is your creations specifically limited to a t-shirt? Because if you have a creative mind and a creative passion, you can create a plethora of things. Your creativity doesn't have to stop with clothing or apparel. And this is just me asking you the question. Again, you are going to do what feels best for you. But I just want you to think about this. What do you like creating? And does it have to be clothing? Okay. My next tip for you for staying, oh, thank you, Ann, for staying consistent in business is plan what you want to do. Plan what you want to do. Think about think about inconsistency. Wait, hold on. Think about inconsistency is what you want for the day. Okay. So plan what you want to do. Okay. So if you give yourself until the end of the day, it's going to take you this whole time, right? And you may not ever get it done. So what I suggest is each day that you've decided that you're working on your business, choose, I say 3 to 5 tasks full time. If you're part time, I say 1 to 2 tasks. Choose 1 to 2 tasks that you can complete during your time. So if you have a 9 to 5, you have another way that you got to make money, 1 to 2 tasks. If you're full time, 3 to 5 tasks. 3 to 5 tasks a day to complete during your allocated time. When I was doing 1 hour a day, I would do 1 to 2 things at a time. That's it. So when you sit down to work, you should know what you're doing. You shouldn't sit down to work and be like, well, what am I doing today? No, I sit down for the week. I give myself the task. So when I sit down on Monday, I'm going to do these two. And when I sit down on Tuesday, I'm going to do these two. So plan out the tasks, the things that you need to do to move the needle forward in your business. Okay. And then next tip with consistency, celebrate your task. I don't care if you did 2 things. Celebrate. You need to celebrate because when you celebrate that you did it, it's going to encourage you to keep going and do more. When you check some things off your list, it gets you excited to do more. So if you check both things off your list today, you can stop if your time is up, or you can decide to let me start on the things for tomorrow because I'm in the groove already if you have time. If you don't have time, then you can stop. But celebrate. Give yourself a pat on the back that, oh my gosh, I said I was going to do these 3 things today. I did all 3 of them. I said I was going to do these 12 things this week. I did all 12 of them. Celebrate your tasks. This is going to lead you on a road to consistency because if every day you're showing up and you're doing 1 to 2 things, you'll look back and the whole week is done. You'll look back and the whole month is done. You'll look back and for the quarter, you have been the most consistent that you have in your life because you planned it out, you allocated time, and you decided what your level of consistency was going to be. Now, as a bonus, okay, as we all know, sometimes we fall off the wagon. You can plan and plan and plan, and sometimes the plans just do not go as you planned. They don't. And that's okay. What we're not going to do is beat ourselves up about it. What we're not going to do is agonize over the time that we lost. Okay? What we're going to do is we're just going to pick back up. You missed a couple days, pick back up. You missed a couple weeks, pick back up. Missed a couple months, pick back up. Just get up and keep moving forward. It does not serve you to sit there and beat yourself up because you can't get that time back. But what you can do is you can take the next best step forward. Okay? So I really would encourage you to sit down and make the plan for yourself. If you already have your business and you have a lot of pieces, but the pieces aren't being put together and you're like, something's got to give, it's time for you to have a consistency plan. It's time for you to get a little bit more consistent in your business. I'm going to be sharing the details of my brand new coaching program next week, and it is going to be the best price and best bonuses I'm going to offer all year, right? Because it's February, all year. And if you are ready to take the step to invest the time and the money in yourself to grow your business, hop on my wait list. The link is in the description box over on YouTube and Facebook. If you're on TikTok or Instagram, send me a DM. I'm ready to grow my business. I'll get you on the wait list. We can chat about what it would look like to work together so that I can help you put the pieces together and grow your business. Be consistent, show up for yourself, and make the money that you desire. And sometimes you need a little bit of help. I hired my business coach after I was in business for 15 months. I've been fired for 3 months. I got fired from my job. So my 3rd month, I was like, something's got to give. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I hired her. It was $1,000 a month for 6 months, but my business skyrocketed and I doubled my income. The first like 2 years I was with her, I doubled my income. I doubled my income and I learned so much. But it was a scary investment. I didn't have $1,000 a month to pay her. I did not. But 2 weeks after I started with her, I had made $3,000 on Black Friday. I could not have done that. The way that my business was set up, that would not have happened. But I listened to her coaching. I did what she said, and I made 3,000. My programs are not $1,000 a month. I think it's like it's less than $1,000 for the time frame that we're going to be working together. But my program is going to help you put the pieces together, build your confidence, and make the progress in your business that you desire. Okay. So I'm going to open the floor for questions. What questions do you have about being consistent in business, growing your business? I would love to answer them. What questions do we have about being consistent in business or growing our business? I would love to answer your questions. Feel free to drop them in the chat. Would love to hear your questions. Don't be shy. No questions? No questions? Some of y'all had asked some really good questions throughout the live. That was for sure. Yes, but I didn't get my LLC till I was in business for a year. So my tip is don't get an LLC until you've made at least $1,000. I started a business before I started Krista Maximizer. And I had that business for like 15 months and I never got an LLC for it. And I'm happy I didn't, because I ended up closing that business because I didn't love it. It's not what I wanted to do. I learned a lot about what I like and what I don't like from that business, but I'm happy I didn't get an LLC. So I would say the goal of the business is to make money first and then get the LLC. That's it. I would say make some money first and then get an LLC. So the day I got fired is the day I filed for my LLC. I had had my business for 1 year. I had made probably like 10 grand by that point, and I got an LLC. But all the money I made was at that point was from Google AdSense, and I had my Patreon too. So I had made some money from Patreon, Google AdSense, and that's it. So I got an LLC after I got fired, and I was like a year into business. But I wouldn't rush out and get an LLC. You want to not rush, let me not say that. You want to make sure that this is a business that you like, you enjoy, you're selling something that you want to sell, and you actually are making money before you do the legal entity. Because you got to pay for your LLC every single year. You got to do a report. There's a new report we got to do this year. So yes, an LLC is absolutely great, absolutely necessary, but you don't have to do that first and then start the business. Start making money and then get the LLC. Any other questions? That was a great question. Anybody had any other questions? This was great, y'all. Y'all know I love going live. So I do plan to go live again. I do have travel coming up, but I do plan to go live again tomorrow. Probably tomorrow and Sunday. Yeah. Any other questions before I go? Those were great questions. Well, that was a great question, I should say. So again, we talked about being consistent in business, and really doing what you love. Doing what you love. Greatest lessons I learned. What state are you in? I'm in Florida. I'm glad it was helpful. I am in Florida. Where are you, Miss Michelle? I'm glad it was helpful. As long as one person got helped, I'm happy. Because I feel like a lot of the things that I learned, it wasn't until, Alabama. It wasn't until I started the business and started doing stuff that I learned and hiring my business coach. And a lot of people are very, afraid and nervous to invest. What if it doesn't go right? What if the coach doesn't help me? When really you got to think like, how can I show up and get the most out of my investment? How can I show up and make this program work for me? Because even when I was in programs where I didn't really like the coach or the information that they were teaching, I didn't really need to know. There was something that I learned. There was something that I needed. I was there for a reason. So it wasn't until I got coaching with my business coach that I was like, okay, this is what I'm missing. I was missing the systems. I was missing the email list. I was missing the planning. Oh my gosh, the planning mentally, I was just flying by the seat of my pants. And no businesses run that way. Like all the big corporations, they are planning for the next year and this year. So they have their plan. If they have to pivot, that's fine. But I'm always like, you need a plan so you can pivot. So I decided to come on here and share a lot of these things because it's a lot of things you don't know. And I didn't know what I didn't know. You just don't know. And I just want to share those things. And I really want to help women with their businesses because there's so much stuff that I did not know and I did have to pay. And some people get upset like, why do we have to pay? Because you have to think. Um, I've spent tens of thousands of dollars learning what I learned, what I know. And I've been doing this since 2018. So that's a lot of time and a lot of energy. And I physically cannot teach you and help you with everything on social media. So I'm saying all that to say I'm happy that this was helpful and everything that I did led me to this point. So I'm very happy that it was helpful for you. Any other questions? Then I'm gonna have some dinner, work a little bit on my website, and maybe pack. I'm supposed to pack, but I'm not feeling it. All right, I don't see any other questions. I want to thank y'all so much for joining me. If you have any questions after the live or you're interested in working with me, send me a DM over on TikTok or Instagram. I need help with my business and we can chat about what it would look like to work together. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.